Hi everybody and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we're going to be working on week number 14 of 52 weeks of Christmas. And we're going to be using the smallest one of these. This is from Art C, and we're using this tiny one. And it's the same size as this one, it's just a tiny bit shorter. So you can see it's just that much shorter. So I pre-glued this one together using Gorilla Glue, just so we could get started. And I pre-cut my papers to go inside. So let's go ahead and start by gluing that. Excuse my fingers. I don't know what this is, if it's just soot from where they laser cut it, but I cannot get it off my fingers. I have scrubbed my hands like 10 times. I've bleached them. I cannot get that stuff off, so hopefully it will wear off very, very soon. So I've never had that before. So I would think if it was soot that it would wash right off. And how I got my size here was I laid this on my paper, traced around it, and then I took my ruler, laid it out, and took an 1/8 inch, like I laid it like this. So you had an 1/8 inch, and then I drew my line in the areas that I needed to cut off. And that's how I got my size there. There we go. And this is the top right of the roof, so we're just going to go ahead and put some of this on there. And this will be covered, so I'm not worried about that. It shouldn't take too awful long. Got everything kind of prepped for it, so hopefully it will go nice and quick for us today. And then I've also cut some additional pieces out of chipboard, or not chipboard, out of just regular cardstock, the natural color. And I think this is just Hobby Lobby brand. This is my left panel. Down in there. I'll lay it down here so I can rub that on there. There we go. And this is my right panel. I also cut some windows out of my Cricut for this. Anything that hangs over, we can trim off as soon as we're done. I have two coming out here. There we go. So let's go ahead and trim this off here. There we go. That one's pretty good, but we'll just do a little bit there. Perfect. This is my bottom. And this paper was from an old pack I had. I wanted something with gingerbread on it, and this is the only one I found that actually had any gingerbread on it. Now, this was a die I just recently got last week from AliExpress. If you're going to order from them, make sure you leave about a month. It takes about a month to get stuff. And I just added some tabs on the bottom of his feet. So before we put the top on, I'm going to put him on so I can see in there good. Whoopsie. And then actually, I'm going to lay him like this so I can, there. And it can stand up. Yeah, he's going to take up his whole little gingerbread house, isn't he? I also cut a piece of this for the back. And actually, let me double check this. Yeah, when I put that on, that'll be fine. That's what I thought. Found some of my were actually brads, and I just bent the legs off so that I just have the lollipops. I thought that'd make a cute decoration on the front. Let's see here, that looks good, but I say I got a little overhang, so I'm just gonna trim that off there. A little overhang here. Trim that off there. There we go. And then these are my side panels. Also found a couple windows in my Cricut. Let's bring this down. It'd be easier to cut off the bottom rather than the top. I thought that would look more like gingerbread then. Nice and even there. These are my windows. And I cut them out in this same cardstock. And then I took a Q-tip and some of my cat's eye gold there, and rub that on with the Q-tip. It's kind of like this, and then glued my window on there, just so it looks kind of like light coming out of the window is all. Okay, so now we got, cut a piece for the bottom. Alright, so this is going to go on just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to use this for this part instead of the Gorilla Glue. Is good, but it squeezes out. And it gets a little messy, but I'll try this and see if this works. Alright, here's our windows. We're just going to cut these out. It didn't have the other part of the window. When I looked, I didn't look around too much, so I thought, well, I'll just glue it on there and then trim it out. Just add a little decoration on the outside of this little house. Again, just put one on each side here. Oopsie. One on this side. Whoops. Right, well, let's get our windows glued on there, then we'll glue that back on. Okay, come here. Get back on there. I might have to do that last right as soon as we're done. And then there we go. Now for the roof, I have used my Martha Stewart punch, and I just punched a couple rows. Like I punched it once, moved it, and punched it again. That should be plenty long. We're going to line this up right down here and we'll cut it off after we're all done. So I'm just going to start gluing this on. I'm just going to add some glue here, just so we have plenty. And start moving along. Now I'm going to drop it down so that my biggest circles are can see through the bottom. Whoops, but don't move it. There we go. And another one. And I'm going to offset these so that the center of this meets up with that. Like that. Let me make sure my line is way up here. And then we're going to come back and do the same thing again. Bring this back to that edge. Center it. And I think I figured I needed six of them. And then maybe a small one. So let's go ahead and we're going to lay this one down just like the others. And if you can see those dots there, we're just lining those up. I just thought this would be kind of pretty. Nice and decorative here. I didn't have any fake candy. To put on there. Okay, that brings us just about to the top there. Then I had these smaller ones. Yeah, let's go ahead. I got this one here. I figured six on each one. And then once that's dry and we cut that, then we can see if let me see here if I can take an X-Acto blade. Trim that right off there and see how that looks. Oh yeah, nice. And we'll do the same thing on this side, just right along that back edge there. And right along the top here. There we go. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Let's start the next one here. To the top. Okay. So we're going to start this on the edge with my biggest circles. Still being able to see through. There we go. Bring this over. This is my opposite hand here. So right here like that, I think. Get you like that. Perfect. All right. There we go. Back this way. You can hear the TV, that's my husband. Okay. Let's get this one here like that. All right. We're going to press on that. Get a good seal on there. Pull along the back side here. Let's hold this here. There we go. There, both sides is done. Yeah, that's nice and pretty. Okay. So now let's start glue these angles. Whoops, it's got to be higher, otherwise it's going to be in the way. So, a little hot glue here. Let's see how that works. There we go. Get a little puddle there. Okay. It's warm. Okay, put there. And this one will go the opposite way. Like so. We'll get the glue strings when we're all done. Doesn't do much good to try to get them all now. These, I believe, were from the Eyelet outlet. That's where I get most of my brads. Ow, that one got me. That one got me. Okay. And then the last one is these little green ones. Right at the top there. Kind of makes it look more like a gingerbread house, I guess. Huh? Dang. Here we go. Way up into there. There we go. Not cute. Okay. All right. That will also keep him from flopping back out. To my windows, but those look kind of cute. All right. And I also have these two little gingerbread buttons here, and I thought maybe these would look cute, maybe like on the top, one facing one way and one facing the other, or maybe both facing the same way. Just as a decorative element there. On the top, let me see if we can. Yeah, that's cute. Let's do that. I'm both facing the same way. One on each end of the roof line. Let that sit a second. And that top seems to be holding pretty good on there with that art glitter glue. All right. And I think that's all I had for that. Again, it was this Art C large house box kit. So as you got 2 different size boxes, and this is what they look like in the package. So the pieces you put together, and it comes with very basic directions to follow. And like I said, I used the Gorilla Glue to glue the main body together to let that dry good before we got going on it. So there is my little gingerbread house. And again, this is week number 14 of 52 weeks of Christmas. And I hope you enjoy each week. And if you would follow along, that would be wonderful. Subscribe to my channel, that would be great. If you do decide to subscribe to my channel, please hit that bell so you can be notified each time I put up a new video. I do several different kinds of videos, a couple of weeks, 2 to 3 videos a week go out, different things. So, and thumbs up is always appreciated. And until the next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.